So let's go. Well, this map for MiniValk is just terrible. Look at this, no forest. Electricity will have an excuse in case MiniValk is defeated in this 1 versus 1, definitely. Arabia can sometimes be pretty unfair, I would say. Look at this. Many AIs will fail. And okay, MiniValk managed to build a decent lumber camp. Good job, electricity. Maybe you just save your 1 versus 1. For some reasons, I don't have any more music in the background. Let's see what happened. Okay, so at this point of this tournament, only a very few AIs didn't get any point. We've got actually Zicat, MiniValk, Fire, Vesravana, Tyrant, Eidolon, and Vetrix. Those are the 8 AIs without any point. And this is one of the last opportunities for MiniValk to get 1 point. It's probably going to be pretty hard against Demon, which is almost already guaranteed to reach the final stage. It just needs 1 point against MiniValk and it does have the access to the final stage. Well, Marathon, I'm pretty sure that this 1 week delay is gonna work pretty fine for you. Let's see if they found their opponent. Actually, blue is far from finding red. And red did find blue. Well, the early game for MiniValk will depend on the aggressiveness of red, which uses to train some skirmishers and spearmen to prevent early attacks. And the more the game's length, the stronger Demon is. Okay, we have 1 minute difference between those two AIs in reaching Castle Age. Demon is going to be the fastest. And it's fast. Castle Vault is already done by Demon. I think that what could have been improved from MiniValk is its build order. It tends to be too slow to build its first monastery. Well, the second lumber camp was definitely not the best. Fortunately, the first one was fine. Well, I don't get this barrack instead of a monastery, which could have been built faster than that. But anyway, electricity is already working on a new AI, which is quite promising, I would say, from what I've seen in the games with Xip and Cheese and Toast. And this game is too peaceful, I would say. Demon is gonna grow step by step with a third TC. And at this point, even if MiniValk was turning aggressive with his monks, this castle is protecting a lot of the economy. This gold mine, this wood, the farms, everything is protected by the castle. Okay, let's say that the first battle is almost won by MiniValk. The trash units did the job. Okay, from Demon we can expect probably an Imperial Age around 38 minutes, which is a pretty decent time regarding the age of Demon, which is a pretty old AI, but so well scripted. It's actually a 4 TCs boom. Demon has the double the civilian population than MiniValk. And Riancart is researched. Oh, 35 minutes for an Imperial Age, that's pretty decent. Well, the version of Valkyrie Warrior which played against Demon in the previous set was clearly too passive. The new version of Valkyrie Warrior which gonna play just after this game against ATE is gonna be more aggressive and probably could have done something better against Demon. But it does have a new opportunity against ATE to get the qualification for the round 2 of the qualification stage, at least. As I said, Demon just need one victory against MiniValk and it's gonna be guaranteed to reach the final stage. Well, it takes so long to kill 2 Eagles Warriors when you got just skirmishers. That's definitely not the good unit to face Demon, which does have the Jaguars. And Demon is full population at the 40th minutes, and okay, let's go. It's gonna be a pretty fast attack, I guess. It's gonna be bye bye MiniValk in 3 minutes maybe. Okay, it does have 20 monks. Okay, so as expected, the first big assault from the Imperial Age was a GG. And that's official, so Demon is getting the first position of its group. Okay, so we've got 2 last opportunities for MiniValk to get 1 victory. So 2 pockets have decent maps. Teal is fine. Grey 2. The main gold is in the back. Let's see what is gonna be the gold chosen for the first mining camp. I don't remember in which group Demon is gonna be in the final stage. I don't know if you guys can check for me. This boar refused to be eaten. Well, rip the villager. Well, already Demon has each player a castle. Okay, the attacks are gonna be hard to follow. We see that red and purple are targeting blue. It looks like the orange too, so the wall demon are actually attacking the same opponent. I don't get why green did build this lumbercamp so far from its town and this tower close to its own alley. Well, that's cute. Yellow and teal are sharing the same gold. They were so close from each other. So already 3 over the 4 demons are in Imperial Age. Only purple is a bit late compared to Italy, but just because it's under attack from the early Castle Age against grey, but it's clearly dominating its opponent anyway. Okay, red is actually sending everything, all his army. It's just invading the Teal's town. If I remember, Demon sometimes has some problems to keep attacking when the opposite flanks are dead. It sometimes stops the attack, even the pockets. I hope that it won't happen in this game. Well, Grey did lose everything except some building and few towers in the back. Same for Teal, which does have his threat cards alive, but not for long. Okay, so the good point is the fact that red keeps attacking, even if it's pocket and far from the opponent. And yellow is eventually moving on green. Okay, it's time to finish that game and start the 2v2. Hello Cult9, I'm not sure you're really French. I have some doubt when I read you. But it's a good attempt. You're fake French, I would say. So, Lef, feel free to join me if you're around. Even if we've got 2v2 Demon versus MiniValk. Of course, I want you for the next set. What I can do is just to join the voice channel. And it's really unfortunate to see that electricity is not around. Especially for the set which is coming, Valkyrie Warrior versus ATE, which is probably the most important set for our AIs. Anyway. Okay, I will go 3 times the speed this time for this 2v2. And let's go. Well, left, I'm actually in voice channel. Oh. Hello, Lef.
Hello.
Nice to see you. So, I don't know if you want already to join the game. You always can, because my IP is probably the same as usual. I added the...
Yep, joining right now.
Okay, that's great. Good point.
Alright, so we got all Aztecs like we expect.
Yep.
Alright, I'm caught up now.
Nice. So, did you watch the previous games? Of course, MiniValk is trying its best, but Demon looks definitely too strong at this point for MiniValk. We can't expect any update from the electricity.
Doesn't look like it, but losing against Demon is not a shame.
Yeah.
He's one of the best AIs for a long time.
Exactly. And it's still really impressive.
Yes. I think it's the gold standard of 1.0 seed month rush AIs.
Yep. At least the weak point of Demon is an early attack by its opponent. And of course, with the user patch, many things happen for the AIs, and of course it's turning pretty hard for Demon to resist in the early game.
Yep, but that's what happens when you go for a monk rush.
Yep.
You're pretty vulnerable to flashes.
Well, I would say that Demon is an half monk rush AI because it trains something else before it trains some skirmishers, probably to prevent the early attacks. It goes for a bunch of units like Eagles, etc.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That probably helps it make it a well-rounded AI.
Also, for this game I put 3 times the speed. I guess that we'll have to care for the next set, because I'll go back to 2 times the speed, and I know that it can make some troubles, some disconnections in game. So I'll need to be sure to change it before the next game, of course. Okay, so this time we see red kind of aggressive. This time it wasn't the case in the 1v1. Well, it was the case, I'm wrong, but it's just attacking with a few units while the Jaguars stay home. And already 4 TCs for yellow and red, which are massively booming. I was really impressed by the 35 minutes Imperial Age in the 1v1.
Wow, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Oh, I need to check if you've got a new version of the general. It's something I definitely need to check before it's set.
If you have version 0.9a, that's the most recent one. I haven't updated it in the last week or two.
Okay.
So you probably have the most recent version.
Okay, so that's a lot to check before the next set.
Right, so it looks like the AIs are mostly booming. Not too much movement going on.
Yeah.
MiniValk has a bunch of spearmen, which won't help a lot against Aztecs.
Definitely. We see that Demon has already the civilian population at its top, 110. It looks to be the maximum Demon trains.
Just because it's a 1.0 CAI.
Yep, yellow is already in Imperial Age.
Maybe we'll see an attack from Demon pretty soon.
Yeah, might be. I guess that it's just waiting to be full pop to launch its attack.
Right. That makes sense.
Yep, it's already the case for yellow. Okay, in fact, it's a condition. Yellow is actually attacking just after having reached 200 population, and that's gonna be GG very fast for green, I guess, despite a lot of mon this time, more than in the 1v1, but it's already too many to convert.
Yep, looks like yellow's forces are beating up on the green monks.
Yep. It was fast, as expected.
Yeah, but I think Demon is just really good at booming up and making a lot of units faster than its opponent.
Yeah.
And its monks allow it to defend really well.
Well, if you compare Demon with the newest AIs, I mean, when I say the newest, I mean Promi, Illuminati, etc. I would say that Demon can be a real challenge in Imperial Age, especially when you see how fast it is in hurting the economy of its opponents.
Right. Once you allow Demon to get to Imperial Age, it's almost unstoppable. You gotta beat it before it gets to that point.
Yeah, it's just unstoppable. So the game is already over. At least it was helped with 3 times speed. Just because we just want to see Valkyrie Warrior versus ATE, it's gonna be pretty close, I guess, and pretty interesting, with a lot more challenge. Okay, so 3-0 for Demon, good job. Pretty good job. Okay, so